Welcome back to some more Umineko when they cry. So yeah, last time where we left off, apparently Badler and Erica were newly wed unexpectedly, which is weird. So I don't know what the hell happened with Badler where he took the L once again, but doesn't really show. I guess later on it will show, but so far we are in Angie's perspective. It seems that Angie. Okay, so here's the weird part. So Angie was trapped in a room that is all chained up. And then now we're on, uh, yeah, we're in her perspective now. So she's meeting, she's now in the conversation with Toya Hachicho, who is the mystery novelist. And I'm really curious to knowing more of her character, though. Which makes me wonder. But yeah, episode 6 uh, of the reading has now begun. Of the particularly on started on the uploaded on the month of January of this January of 2024. So, you know, new year, same uploading schedule per usual when it comes to bands. I still got like other stuff to like that I want to do, but it's like this the main thing as part of the New Year's resolution is to finish up this visual novel, and then maybe I can move on to like other stuff unless there's more like after episode 8 is done. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, let's continue reading. However, okay, so right here it said, since I'm not particularly a fan of hers, I guess this is proof that her mysterious charisma really is nothing to be laughed at. However, I didn't come here to talk to Hachicho Toya, the mystery novelist. I'm interested in Itoiku, Itoi Kokoro Reganamu 0576, the mysterious web author who only released her works over the internet. Man, internet is pretty well, and internet sure is wild in the late 90s, huh? Excuse me. Man, I'm about to run out of coffee. That's a bit of an issue there. Around the Japanese parts of the internet, Itoi, Kukur- Itoi Kukuro is an extremely famous witch hunter. Extremely famous witch hunter. Man, now you're making me have to type it up. Now it's... God damn it. Ah, shit. We'll just leave it as is. It doesn't really anything. Witch hunter. However, she isn't a big opinion leader like Professor Otsutsuki. Professor Otsutsuki, that fucking boring ass dude. She's one of those message bottle forgers who are always the center of vigorous debate. Message bottle forgers are, as the name suggests, people who forge and post the contents of what purport to be mysterious message bottles detailing the events of the Rokujima incident. They claim to have discovered a new message bottle and post either a very similar counterfeit story or a new theory with their own interpretation of the truth, all of which are supposedly written by Ushiromiya Maria, well, of course. In so doing, they openly take on the name Ushiromiya Maria, writing up new bizarre tales as if they did present themselves and knew the truth. They then send these stories out into the newest seed discovered by humankind, the internet. Oh, the internet is a little too powerful than that. Claiming that it's a third or fourth message bottle. All of the first forgers who were either simple pranksters or crooks trying to swindle collectors. Eventually, though, people who claimed to have solved the riddles of the message bottle tales and reached the truths, quote unquote, started to appear, and they started creating original works of their own. Third and fourth message bottles from Ushiromiya Maria, as though they had moved over to the riddle teller's side. Wait, so message bottle forger, as in like they're just like interpreting, like, are they just carrying over Maria's legacy of the such, or is it just one of those things where it's like, oh, here's more of the answer or the riddle of the such. Let me see here. Post contents were purported to be a mysterious message detailing so it's just like finding more theories within message bottles, so just by making this. Right? No new bizarre tales. Interesting. These people rewrote the tale of the witch with whatever interpretations they wanted, and every once in a while, parts of their theories would gain big followings on the net. Some of these creations, quote unquote, grew to be so widely trusted that they were believed to contain some grain of truth. The more rigid witch hunters openly despised these people, calling them forgers, counterfeiters, or just witches. Though they claimed to have reached the truth, they refused to tell anyone and created fake message bottles as though testing everyone else. I see. So it seems that what if Hachijo knows everything about what happens on Rokujima, but she only tells the answer to whom she trusts, like Angie, for example, and Angie's probably and Angie probably wants to figure out the answer to what's happening around that incident, testing everyone else. It was no surprise that more straight-laced witch hunters were seriously annoyed by these forgers. However, among those who simply liked to entertain themselves with the occult fantasy of Rokujima, an extremely small number accepted these creations as literary works, glad of these additions to the mysterious tale. Itoe Kukuro was the most highly regarded of these forgers.
End of the Golden Witch. 読ませてもらいました。
End of the Golden Witch. Oh, yes, that one. An interesting one. Don't you love episode 5? What an interesting read. And Angie was like, oh, I read this one.
人の親族をよくも好き放題に殺せるものです。
それが言いたいためだけにわざわざここへ？いいえ、違うでしょう。後宮家の最後の末裔よ。
Well, you're not wrong calling Angie the final descendant, and the only one. In her latest forgery end, quote unquote, she killed off 7 members of my family, at least during the actual story. No, if you count Alliance and Banquet, the other forgeries she's made before now, then she's killed off most of my family in horrible ways over and over again. Of course, I want to complain. However, all of her works are known for being, in both form and level of perfection, the closest tales to those written by Ushiromiya Maria herself. In particular, Itoe Kukuro's first forgery, Banquet of the Golden Witch, managed to fit everything, including Ushiromiya Eva's escape to Kuwadorian. People wondered whether this might be the true story of Rokujima, and it even made it onto the talk shows. Wait. Oh. Her latest... That's one... So, wait, is Haji... Wait, so if Hachijo made... If Angie assumed that Hachijo made the 5th episode of the tale, does that include... Does that mean she has the credentials to also made the first 4 episodes as well? So if Angie was raised by Eva, and this is like the closest of the theory narrative on 3rd episode itself, where like Eva, this is how like Eva survived. maybe there's answers behind this because this just makes me wonder. So the first tale was the message bottle made by Maria, and then episode 2 and so on forth until from episodes 2 to 5th. And Angie is the only survivor, huh? The final descendant of Ushiromiya. Part of me thinks like third episode is sort of canon to it because this is how Eva like treats Angie horribly. But a part of me just thinks it's like, well, maybe this is just, well, Eva has its flaws, and even I don't like Eva as much. Like, if anything, like I do like Natsuki out of all, and Rosa has like, she has flaws to where she has like little to no self-control, and her like lack of self-control is like really obnoxious when it comes to Rosa. So there's that. Forgers. So far, all of these tales have nothing more than electronic text on the web. However, people will eventually realize that Itoriku Kokoro is actually Hachijo Toya. When that happens, they'll become the works of that bizarre Hachijo, quote unquote, and no one will think of them as mere fan creations. Yes, the fan creations more like, fictional, stories, per se. So if Umineko is something to do with like detective fiction of itself, would the episodes 1 to 5 also be like just fictional stories of the such? I mean, we're just going through a loop of killing family members over and over again, But what is the purpose of killing them over and over again? What is it just if Beato Ricci has the reasoning as to why, then, people will probably start wondering if this might actually be a third message file she found and released under the guise of a story she herself wrote. When that happens, these stories will probably seem even more bizarre and credible.
狡猾ですね。
どうして？
そうしてあなたは自分の義書に神秘性と信憑性を与える。
信憑性とは？
それを得て、あなたの義書は真実に昇華される。
昇華。
Rise to the level of truth?
愚かしい。
That face though.
そんなもの、私の作品には必要ありません。
なぜなら、あなたの作品は義書ではなく、真実だから？
ええ。真実なのですから、昇華など不要。
So what you're saying is what you're doing is just more of factual evidence and not just narratives. Okay.
あなたはマリアお姉ちゃんじゃない。ましてや、あの日の六軒島にも存在しない。なのに、どうして真実などとおこがましいことを。
あじゃあ、頭に血が上りすぎですぜ。
Angie got a little annoyed. It's like, hey, you can't just tarnish the family name like this.
うるさいわね。私のどこがそうだってのよ。
Oh, she's pissed. She just turns to Amakusa, be like, shut the fuck up. Amakusa, shut the fuck up. Angie half realized that she let her emotions get the better of her. She let out a sigh and shrugged.
あなたがここへ来た理由は、親族を義書の中で何度も殺めた私をなじるためではないでしょ。
Hachijo had been smiling at Angie kindly, but in a condescending manner, or else like a mother might watch over a very small child. Wild. Is Hachijo the step aunt? The step aunt. Oh man, that's funny. Like, no, it's like, what is your accomplish there? Angie realized this and was unable to suppress her irritation. Apparently, Amakusa could tell that Angie was getting worked up. He joked around with her for a bit so that they could start the conversation over again from the beginning.
あなたが私に聞きたいのは私の至った真実でしょう。
Okay, out of all the things that you've created, then what is the real truth then? And which one that is just the narrative?
どうして真実に至ったと確信を？
すべての物語を理解したからです。
だからどうしてそうだと確信を？
太陽が地球の周りを回っていたことはあると思いますか？
Do you think the sun ever revolved around your Earth? That's a good question. Why is there like now? Why are you giving me like such a scientific question? Hachijo suddenly talking about the Ptolemaic theory. I didn't know Hachijo is also a philosopher. The fuck? Angie was about to tell her not to answer questions with more questions, but she quickly realized what Hachijo meant.
かつて人間は天動説を支持していた。しかし近代、それは否定されることとなる。なら否定された瞬間に太陽は動きを止め、地球がその周りを回り始めたというのだろうか。
そんなわけもない。人間が何を信じようと真実は変わらない。
ならば今、あなたが私の真実を否定するのは、つまりはそういうこと。
The idea of heliocentrism was proposed by several scholars before Galileo. It's been so long since I remember. I know I remember stuff like this during like science study sessions, but it's like, it's sort of interesting in a way, unless you're like, some complete conspiracy theory when it comes to science, but yeah. However, it was hard to objectively prove that theory using the scientific techniques available at the time. Even so, that didn't change what the truth was, and yet it moves, quote unquote.
真実はその立証のいかにかかわらず真実だと？
そうです。これより未来、やがて全ての真実が明らかになった時、私がすでに真実に至っていたと遡って人々は気がつくでしょう。
Apparently, Angie just couldn't stand Hachijo's attitude. Angie has enough of her bullshit. She has enough of her snobby, intimidation. I don't know. I mean, out of all the characters that talks to Angie in episode 4, I think I rather tolerate Hachijo. I mean, at least Hachijo doesn't. Okay, at least Hachijo doesn't murder people, or act abusive. Or I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. I really don't know Hachijo enough. All I know is she's a mystery novelist and such. Like, Kazumi Sumadera in episode 4, it was like I couldn't stand that character. Like she's like the most. She's a miserable human being, like falling under a subhuman delusion. Well, because like something, all because something within her childhood like fucked her up, traumatized her entirely. So there's that, and I'm still being spiteful over that too. So she kept getting irritated, and every time Amakusa would joke around until she settled down again. However, there could be no mistake that Hachijo was a genius, and had used her extraordinary intuition to form a most interesting outlook on the events that occurred on that island. Is Hachijo a intellectual? I don't. That occurred on that island. I don't even know if Hachijo would be an intellectual. She seems not only a mystery novelist, but a conspiracy theorist too. That was why Angie had wanted to contact Itoe Kukuro and hear her views. Still, this meeting truly had been fortunate for Angie. She hadn't been absolutely sure that Itoe Kukuro was Hachijo Itoya. She hadn't thought that the publishing company would really contact the author, and moreover, she hadn't dreamed that the mysterious masked author would grant her an interview under such short notice. The more she thought about it, the more she realized that the sum of the events leading to this meeting made for nothing short of a miracle. Yes, a miracle. After all, in almost all cases, I never be contacted by the publishing company and would leave for Nijima the next day. Huh? Question mark? I'd leave for Nijima, then go on to Rokunjima, and then give One-chan a Sakutaro stuffed animal. Okay, I remember I was critiqued for that, and I don't know if this is even a magical fucking thing. I don't know if this is like, I don't know, this is just weird to me. I just don't know how revival works. And I don't even know if magical, if without love, it can be used. So, huh? Why a Sakutaro stuffed animal? My memory of the future is all muddled. My head hurts. Hachijo said something about showing Angie something good, rose from the sofa, and headed for the study desk. When she turned her back, Amakusa asked Angie, who seemed to be troubled by something, if she was okay.
ねえ、天草。私って、いつからここにいるの？
はあ？さっきから様子がおかしいですぜ。何事ですかい？
That's a good question. I wondered that too.
私、いつからここに座ってるのか、記憶がないの。
まだ寝ぼけてんですかい？
そうじゃなくて。だって、私は確か、大月教授とはアポイントが取れてたけど、伊藤育九郎の件では出版社から返事がなくて。結局、この日は一日何もできなかったんじゃなかったっけ？
は
あ？天草は、大きな黒いバッグを受け取りに行ったんじゃなかったっけ？
That's right. Just before we went for Nijima, Amakusa and I parted ways just one time. He said something about getting a weapon from an acquaintance of his, and he went to go get that large black bag. Wasn't that today? What am I talking about? I mean, didn't I go to Nijima, meet Captain Kawabata, and inside the bed shop? Huh? What?
どうしました？
Oh, wait, that's what I remember too. He said Amakusa said something about a black bag. Hang on. The one segment where Angie was getting the shit beaten out of in Rokenjima because of Kazumi and her fucking goon squad. What if the theory was Amakusa was just sitting there chilling in the back and fucking shooting up, shooting them up, including Kazumi? Was that the reason why? Or is this something to do where that Amakusa was planning to backstab Angie at some point? He said something about a large black bag, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know. Did my confusion and uncertainty make me sigh out loud? Even though Hachijo's back was to me, she slowly turned around and smiled as though she had peered into my heart.
いいえ、何も。
何もない. Strange memories, ones that even I can't understand. I tried to hide my confusion, but for some reason Hachijo had a strange glint in her eyes, as though she could read my mind. What? Oh God, is Hachijo also a psychic? Oh no. She's on to us. Oh shit.
私は何冊もの記書の中で何度もあなたのご親族を蘇らせては殺す。
What the fuck do you mean you've revived and killed your family over and over again? What the fuck?
まるで魔女のように。
Is this one of the stupid moments where anything you're right just becomes like it happens like just like that?
好きなだけ蘇らせて、好きなだけ殺す。無限に。
Endlessly. This is an endless time.
まるでベアトリーチェね。
ええ。だから私はやはりネット上で彼らがそう呼ぶように魔女なのかと思って。
She took a thickly packed brown envelope out of a locked drawer. It appeared to be filled to the brim with printer paper. Perhaps this was a manuscript for one of her works. The neat letters written with a fountain pen on the envelope spelled out the word Dawn. There was no forgery by the name of Dawn, which must mean Angie could tell this was a new one. Hachijo's newest unreleased forgery.
トーン・オブ・ザ・ゴールデン・ウィッチ。
Dawn of the Golden Witch.
全てを知る私には全てが退屈。
Who knows everything? Everything is, well, depends on what is boring specifically.
しかし何も知らぬ無知にそれを読ませ、何がしかの反応を得ることは嫌いではない。だからあなたに読んでほしい。
You don't dislike letting the ignorant read your works to see what kind of reactions? I mean, I'm ignorant when it comes to Umineko, and even I give out the reactions. I mean, so.
新しい無限の魔女としての新作を。
そうです、人の子よ。
Child of man.
あなたが憤慨しようとも感嘆しようとも、それは私の病を一時忘れさせる。
So your illness is boredom. No words.
もう茶番は終わりにしましょう。あんたは誰？私の記憶にこんな出会いはないわ。
Yes, I did try to contact Hachijo Toya, but in the end, I never got a chance to meet her. In other words, all of this is a falsehood.
今度は私は誰の駒？悪いけど、この後ろ宮エンジェ。飼いならせると思ったら大間違いよ。
Yeah, I don't recall. Wait.
やはりそなたは面白いかな。
And what's with the laugh? What are you scheming up to this time? I don't know what happened to this Angie, but in this fragment, but because episode 4 Angie was Burncastle's piece, but what is this Angie? What is this? She finally couldn't hold it back and burst out laughing. Gradually, the space around them seemed to be filled with a strange purple mist. The room itself seemed to twist and bend. Her figure also twisted, and after something that couldn't be described elapsed, her form changed to become just what she had called herself, a witch.
見事なり。
What? Am I suffering under illusion? Like, am I having a stroke?
よくぞ私を見破った。
I'm getting an itchy feeling about this.
私ってつくづく魔女に好かれる性分ね。あんたたちに特徴的などこか人を舐めた口調。すぐに魔女だって分かったわ。
This is a very shady moment. What is happening here? I don't know. Like, what? Oh, okay. So we're just on Angie's side then. The novelist sitting on the sofa was nowhere to be seen. Even Angie's bodyguard, who was supposed to be around at times like this, was gone. There was only a non-human figure relaxing in a large, ornate rocking chair.
面白きかな、人の子よ。愉快なり、それでこそ我が退屈にふさわしい。
Her charming nature.
こっちは全然愉快じゃないわ。どうして私は生きてるの？私は名前を明かしたルール違反でひどい殺され方をしたと思ってたけど。
Yeah, she revealed. I remember, like she was like, she fucking melted for revealing her name, like while she was a game piece. So, what is happening here? Why? I am confused. To be honest, I did doubt that those people would just let me go so easily. Why am I alive? This sounds like pretty nihilistic. What kind of farce will I be forced to go along with this time? I really don't care. I'll just do whatever I can within the bounds of the role they give me, whatever I can to help Onichan. Of course I understand. Even if he wins, he'll never come back to me, quote unquote.
でもね、あがくわよ。あの日の私のところへお兄ちゃんを返すためにね。
そう生きり立たずともよい。
Yeah, that's the thing though, if Battler wins, he won't really like save, the game piece, Angie. He'll only go back to the Angie on that particular game. So it's like, although I think maybe, yeah, I think that's how it worked.
私がそなたに求める役割は駒ではない。
Then why
じゃあ何の用で呼び出したの？
what do you ask me for?
まさかあんたの書いたとかいう新しい物語を読めとでも言う気じゃないでしょうね。
その通りだ。そなたに望むのは駒ではない。
So you don't want me to be a game piece again, but you want me to be the spectator
もとより私は傍観者。
or observer.
あやつらのゲームにちょっかいを出す気など毛頭もなし。
意味わかんないわ。あんたは私に何を期待してるの？
私のためにベアトリーチェの紡ぐかけらの観測者であれ。
Of the fragments.
観測者？よくわかんないけどお断りよ。
かつて私はバトラを通してかけらを鑑賞していた。しかし彼がゲームマスターを継承した今、観測者としてふさわしくないのだ。私は心より純粋な気持ちで物語を追っている。その私にとって今のバトラを通して観測することはさながら推理小説を逆さに読むにも等しい興ざめ。
お兄ちゃんがゲームマスター？
She's like, wait, what? Huh?
何の話をしてるのかさっぱりだわ。
Exactly.
さっぱりだろう。知りたいであろう。私も知りたい。バトラがゲームマスターを継承し紡ぐ物語がどのようなものか、そしてバトラが至ったという真実がどのようなものか、私の自らの思考の旅で追いたいのだ。私は病の深きに考えねば鼓動を続けることさえかなわぬ。
つまり
Interesting.
あんたは新しい絵本を私に朗読してもらいたいってわけ？
そういう解釈でよい。
Angie is like, wait, so you mean to tell me you want me to read out the 6th episode to you?
見返りにそなたもまた自由に思考を旅することができる。そなたとて未だ真相には至っていないはず。続けたいはずだ。真相を知る旅を。
あんたに得をさせる義理がないわ。
So what you're saying is, because Battler became the game master and lost the role of the observer, you want me to take over the spot as observer as well, just so I can also have the potential to know the real truth behind all.
生きがるな。私は時に寛大だが、多くの場合そうではない。
No words. Angie hadn't yet reached the truth either. Though she knew that the game was little more than a toy for the amusement of those witches, she wanted it to resume so that she could follow the tale and close in on the king, quote unquote, called truth.
私が真実に至るために
Yes,
物語を追うかもしれないけれど、
the king of all truths on the very top, the peak of the mountain of itself.
あんたのために最後まで朗読する義理はないわ。意味はわかる？
Angie was willing to read the story aloud, but she could quit at any time if this witch made her mad. She was, in effect, warning the witch not to annoy her.
無論だ。絵本と称したが、私にとっては死に至る病への唯一の薬。
And the fatal illness is boredom.
そなたの買い添えなくして飲むこともできぬもの。
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that's so. Because if the fatal illness takes her over, then she'll die or something. I don't know.
すなわち、総理強制だ。
Okay.
あんたが寝入るまで私に本を朗読しろと。その代わり私にも読むことを許す。そういうことね。
そうだ。引き受けてくれるならばしばしの一時、私の朗読者に任ずる。
偉そうな役職名だけど、所詮はただの本読みでしょ。
Look, reading it out loud can be fun at times. It's not like we have not everyone have a proper voice or tone to read it out loud, you know?
私の朗読者であるということは私の使いであるということ。すなわちそなたへの干渉は私への干渉。私はベアトリーチェの物語の続きを読みたいという唯一の興味を何者にも邪魔されることを許さぬ。そなたをもてあそんだベルンカステルもラムダデルタも、無論ベアトリーチェさえもそなたに対して一切の強制力を持つことは許さない。
This witch, who seemed to have an almost divine quality to her, spoke both quietly and forcefully. There was no threat in her words. However, even so, it was clear that she was on a different level than Bercastel and the other witches, and not at all to be taken lightly. I mean, this is a witch. This is another witch after all, so I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know if this is the contract that we'll take of reading this tale out loudly.
本を読ませる代わりに私を保護してくれると？
無論だ。私は朗読を望んでいる。それを邪魔する者は何人であれ許しはしない。私の態度が横柄に感じるならば謝ろう、人の子よ。私はこれでもそなたに最大の敬意を持って語りかけている。
みたいね。その魔女らしい口調さえどうやらあんたの中では数百年ぶりに見せた敬意って感じがするわ。
Angie sitting here and be like, "Damn, I never had a witch who spoke to me in good faith ever since the last few hundred years. Holy shit!" This is what you will.
そなたは本を読むとき、本によろしくお願いしますと語りかけてから表紙をめくるか？
そういうことよね。理解したわ。
I mean, I don't know if that would be the thing I would do when it comes to reading a book. I mean, unless it's the book that really already partakes my interest. Just by agreeing to have a conversation with Angie, she was showing an incredible amount of respect and willingness to compromise. Angie shrugged, but she also nodded to show her consent.
いいわ。あんたの朗読者を引き受ける。あんたが私に同意を求めた時点で最大の敬意を表したことを理解したわ。
良き理解だ、人の子よ。
私の名はエンジェよ。人の子だかタケノコだか呼ぶのはやめて。
Yeah, it's kind of weird, like... Child of man. You know, I like it how I Google the meaning of it. I guess child of man is something to do with the reference to, like, the Bible. But, let's see. If I look up the definition of it... Wow. I look at the definition of it, and it takes me to the movie. Yeah. The children of men. Huh. I know there's like a definition of it, but I thought it was like something to do. I guess it's somewhere like like a meaning in a novel somewhere. But, yeah.
良いだろう。私が敬意を示すことの証にそなたの名を認めよう。
For her, acknowledging human names was like acknowledging the names of all the leaves scattered across the ground. So, her acknowledging Angie's name was a miracle. No, it was immensely good fortune.
これよりそなた、後宮エンジを。
Angie will serve as reader and Miko. Oh, I think I know what Miko would mean. Wait, what? It will not give me the fucking Grimoire tips thing. I thought it's highlighted in green.
感激の魔女、フェザリーノ・アウグストゥス・アウローラの巫女にして朗読者に任ずる。
The Witch of Theater Going, Featherine Augustus Aurora. And now it dings. What does it show in here? Miko is often translated as Shrine Maiden. Traditionally dressed in white and red, Miko act as assistants at Shinto shrines. In addition to helping out with the day-to-day running of the shrine, cleaning, selling charms of fortune, also perform ceremony dances, assist priests in Shinto rituals and performances. Interesting. It's a Featherine Augustus Aurora. So this is the witch name. The majestic witch of theater-going, drama, and spectating. Oh. She has tired of life after 1,000 years and constantly repeats a cycle of life and death. In the past, she served as the master for numerous games as a legendary witch, but her legend, glory, and memory have already disappeared into the past and been forgotten. Only the solemn medal she wears on her chest retains those memories. The legacy. Horseshoe-shaped object floating around her head is a memory aid device. It records her name, appearance, and other aspects of her personality. She is so old that she will not be able to preserve her own individuality without this. I see. Interesting. So Angie is the oh right, Miko is the assistant to the Shinto priest. So and that priest is the witch of theater going.
そなたが朗読を終えるまで、そなたの朗読を妨げようとするすべてのものに災いを与えよう。
When the witch of theater going, Featherine, spoke this, Angie was wrapped in a bright light. Angie didn't feel any particular change herself, but she definitely had been given something that only non-humans could sense. It signified that from this point onward, Angie would be the witch of theater-going subject. That didn't mean that Angie would gain some sort of special power, but at the very least, it probably meant that anyone wanting to cause her harm, would first have to take on Featherine herself.
あんたの名前、随分と長いのね。ローマの偉人みたい。なんと呼べば？
Yeah, it sounds like you'll be like the Roman historian or something like that, or
親しくない者はアウグストゥス・アウローラと呼ぶ。
Augustus Aurora. I'll just call you Augustus.
私に敬意を示してくれたあんたに、私も敬意を示して。フェザリーヌと呼ぶわ。
Oh, Featherine. Featherine is perfect.
問題は？
Might as well.
ない。病んだこの身には名を呼ばれることさえ噛みしめがいのある優越だ。人の子よ。
エンジェよ、私の名前。
そういうやりとりさえも心地よきかな。エンジェ、我が巫女よ。
Angie accepted her role. She would observe this story with the witch of theater going. The curtain was rising on the sixth tale. And that concludes the first chapter of this one. We are approaching the 6th game. Oh, Game Master. What is this? The Great Detective Knows. Well, as much as I want to read more, well, approaching the 50-minute mark. So, what have we learned today? There we have. So, we are in Angie's perspective. She was meeting with someone that she doesn't know. So, whether she has no memory or not, she's meeting with Hachijo Toya, and then all of a sudden, the, the whole purpose of Hachijo Toya is to request Angie a favor in which she wanted to read out a tale now, and in which Angie accepts. So she is now the assistant. I'm really looking forward to how the 6th episode will turn out. Like episode 5 was where Natsuki was treated like in a bullying manner, and then everything was saved for the last. Let's see. But next part, let's see what happens on the 2nd chapter of episode 6. So, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will continue more of this later. Have a good one.